Hello and welcome. It's wonderful to be back and it's wonderful to have you. I want to welcome you to our free life healing event. Today, our topic is healing our ancestral line. So if this is your first event, I want to give you a quick overview on how we're going to do this. I'm going to first talk a little bit about what the ancestral line is and why this is important, especially when it comes to the energetics of it. Then we're going to do a live healing. And afterwards, I have a very special announcement for you. So please stay tuned to the very end. All right. So, when we talk about the ancestral line, I want you to understand that the energy itself, right, the life force energy flows from one generation to the next. And it doesn't matter if your ancestors are not in physical form anymore. When I do my readings, I can still connect to the ancestral line because that energy will not vanish. And so often what happens is that when you have an issue, well, it's not that often, but it can happen actually. So when you have an issue that you just don't know what it is and where it comes from, and you've tried everything to clear it and it's still there, it can be in your ancestral lines. So what does this mean? When I do the reading, I can take a look into the ancestral line and can see if one of your ancestors did hold or still holds energetically a trauma. So trauma energy. And that trauma energy then literally gets passed on from one generation to the next. And what's really interesting is, at least to me, because I'm also a physician, as you know, is that they're finding now that trauma can literally be passed on in an epigenetic sense. So that doesn't mean that a trauma will cause a change in a genetic code. But what it means is that often it changes the readout of the code. So we call these are the epigenetic changes. So epi means above. So this is above the genetics. And basically that these epigenetic changes can determine if a gene gets turned off or switched off. So for example, maybe you have a gene in your DNA that is a cancer gene. We call it cancer gene. It doesn't mean that you will get cancer, but when that gene literally gets turned on, then of course your chances of getting cancer is much higher. So those are the genetic switches that we're talking about. And so when we say that trauma can be passed on from generation by changing the epigenetic readout, we can also say that when we heal our ancestral line, it might have also an effect on the epigenetic readout in your DNA. And then also what's really important is when I do my reading, so I want you to understand that ideally the energy flows from one generation to the next. And I can literally see this when, let's say, I do a reading with you and I see you in front of me. I close my eyes, but I do see that. And then behind your left shoulder, that's your the mother line. Yeah, that's the line that comes from your mother, the ancestral line. And then that's the maternal line. And then behind the right shoulder, because that's the right side is also the male side, the left side is the female side. So behind the right shoulder is then your line that comes from your father. And so you can literally then trace this back. Is there anything that does interrupt the flow of love? Because the flow of love is always there. It can be interrupted when you have trauma, but it is always there. And I'm talking about the love that literally flows from one soul to the next. Let's say you have had a hard childhood and something happened with your dad and you don't feel connected to him. Energetically, you're still connected to him. And when we clear the line, what we're going to do is we increase the energy of love from his soul to yours. So that has nothing to do with his personality, but with the soul essence itself. And usually when we do this, you can feel more whole and integrated. There is a reason why Native American people, they always they really value the ancestors. Yeah, they pray for them and they do these rituals for them. Also, I think to also clear the energetic line. And we literally in the West, we don't do this anymore. When I prepared for this session, I realized that I also don't have that much information about my ancestors. I just know a little bit, and I know, of course, being European, they had to endure 2 world wars, but I don't know much about them, about their personal life, which is kind of sad. So we don't do this anymore to value our ancestors and even worship them or send them the love and the gratitude, because they are the people who walked before us. Yeah. So this is our goal today. And when I do the energy healing, I want you to just feel relaxed, and you might just sit in a comfortable position or lie down. I'm going to play you a little bit of music to relax. Just make sure to not cross arms or hands. So you just want to be in an open and receiving position. And once we have done the energy healing, like always, if you have been part of this group healings, we want to then also set the intention and do a healing for the entire planet, which I always love doing. It's one of my favorite parts. Okay, so then let's do this. Make yourself comfortable, and I'm gonna play you some music. In the meantime, so hopefully I'm getting this right with how loud it is, because I don't really can tell, but I hope it works out like that. Okay, so let's start. Please make yourself comfortable. And let's start by taking a deep breath in. Exhaling and taking a few deep, slow breaths into your chest. And just become aware of your body. That means feel into your body. Just notice if you have any tension or stress. There's nothing you need to do right now, just notice it. And now we want to connect energetically to the group, all the people who came together here, this point in time, to do this together. And we want to also include everyone who's going to watch this video later, because it's still possible to connect to the energies, even if you're watching the replay. And when we can imagine standing in a circle, holding hands if you wish, and maybe you can even feel the essence of the other people. It's like a tribe, as a community who comes together here. And let's now set the intention for our time now together. And you can literally imagine that, like when we're standing in this group, to allow that intention, the energy of that intention, to flow into the circle. And when it does, it will affect everyone in the circle. So our intention today is to heal our ancestral line. So set the intention now. Allow it to flow into the circle. Wonderful. And you can now come back to yourself. And I'm opening the field for healing. And I'm going to put everyone into the healing field. And again, also everyone who will watch later on. It's a sacred place. And as you know, the energy is not coming from me. It's a universal energy field. And I always like to start just starting with a clearing and cleansing energetically of your aura, energy around your body. We're going to bring in the white cleansing light. And we're going to ask to take everything away that doesn't serve you anymore. We want to set the stage for healing to happen by cleansing your field energetically. And we want to bring in now a pink and greenish light. So all the lights have a different meaning and purpose. Pink and green, those are the heart colors, which of course represents the energy of unconditional love. And we want to bring this now into your energy field here. And let's bring in now the white light into the energetic centers, starting from the top chakra on the head, top of the head, connecting you to God, the universe, nature, something higher than yourself, reminding you of your essence. You're connected always. Bringing in now the white light also into the third eye, between your eyebrows, that energetic center, for you to listen, being able to listen to your intuition, your guidance. Moving on to the throat chakra, bringing in the white light here too, clearing and cleansing everything that doesn't serve you anymore, so that you can freely speak your mind with kindness. Moving on to the beautiful heart, the biggest center in your body. Bringing the white light in also, and also reminding you of your soul, your essence, that you are love, that's your nature, that's your true essence. This is who you are. Sometimes we forget, but we can connect to this knowing, inner knowing. Moving on to the solar plexus. This is the one that's mostly tight for people in the West. There's just too much stress and worry. So we're going to ask for this to be released and cleansed now. Putting it back into the healing field so it can be transformed. Moving on to the second chakra in the pelvis. Joy, creativity. Bringing in the white light in here too. And really open yourself energetically. Try to just go into a state of receiving. This is your time. There's nothing you need to actively do. Just stay open and receive. Some people can feel the energy very strongly. You might feel a tingling or that you're just really relaxed. And for others, it's just a little bit more subtle. But just trust that you will receive what you need. And then moving on to the root chakra, also bringing the clearing and cleansing light here, the connection to the earth. Okay, fantastic. So I'm going to start now with the maternal line. So that is the line that starts energetically, or actually that is located behind your left shoulder. Yeah, that's where the line is. And as I'm looking into the line, it's really sweet to see. It's like a lot of people raising their hands there. I want the healing, which is fantastic. So I'm going to also ask my helpers, because there are a lot of people there. We're going to now, let's see how we do this. We're going to bring in the white cleansing light into your maternal line. And we're going to ask the white light to clear away our trauma, fear, sadness, despair, loss, grief. We want to ask for these emotions and feelings to be released, for any trauma to be released, and for your ancestors also to find peace, to have peace. I'm gonna let this run energetically now. I'm getting the goosebumps. The energy is pretty strong for me. I'm not sure if you feel it that way too, but I really do. Bringing in the white light, and we're gonna go back, let's see, 5-6 generations back. We're gonna bring in a very powerful energy, the energy of forgiveness, forgiving. Forgiveness is an amazingly powerful energy to release old wounds, knowing that we all come here for a reason and that we make mistakes and we're learning, but we also do beautiful things. It's just part of this whole game. So let's bring in that energy of forgiveness in. It's lifting. We're gonna also ask for all karma to be resolved, for the circle to be completed, so that also you can be unburdened energetically. We're gonna ask for this to be done now. And now we're gonna bring in, we're not gonna bring in because it's already there, but we're gonna strengthen the energy of unconditional love flowing from one generation to the next without interruption. We're gonna do this now. And for this, what I would like for you to do right now is, I want you to focus your awareness on the back side of your heart chakra. So that's in the middle of the chest, and you are focusing on the back side, because when that energy is cleansed, ideally that love, that support, that knowledge, it all flows back into you, into the heart. And that's what we're gonna do. So open yourself, and remember, we only gonna connect you back to the love, not to the pain. That's very important. And this is the love on the soul level. So we're gonna ask for this to be done now. So you can feel the support of your maternal line, the wisdom, strength, intuition, the knowing, the nurture, the kindness. And allow it to happen. You don't need to push or pull it. Just wait. Open your heart. You can also now send the energy of gratitude into that maternal line of yours. Gratitude for your ancestors. Open your heart to that powerful emotion. Beautiful. Okay, so we're gonna now move on to your paternal line. There's a lot of trauma also in the paternal line. Men who had to suck it up and be strong and not feel anymore. And for that, when that happens, they become cruel. Yeah, that can happen because they don't feel anymore, they don't have the empathy anymore. So there's lots of trauma also with men, violence. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna ask for, and we're gonna bring in the white cleansing light also into your paternal line, taking away the unshed tears, the pain that was suppressed or felt, the burden to always be strong. The burden to always pretend to know it all. The burden to provide. And often the burden to bury the dreams, yeah. And of course, the war, the burden of war. It's a big one, especially in Europe, but of course, Americans too had to go to war. But everywhere on all the planets, the wars, right? So we're gonna ask for the white cleansing light to take away that energy of violence and everything that came out of it. Let's do this now. Bring in the white light. Let's make this really strong. Put back into the field to be released, to be healed, to be made whole again. I see a lot of you have unresolved issues with your dad, so we're gonna really also focus on that right now, giving him and his line here a lot of white light. And we're also sending the energy of gratitude in. Gratitude for the man. But this is not just the man, right? This is the paternal line. We're going to ask for all the trauma to be released from your paternal line now. And yeah, we need to bring in the energy of peace into that line. Peace. Yeah, they want to be seen. That's also often a theme of men. So we're going to bring in that energy to be seen, to be acknowledged. That's very important for men in general. And so we're going to bring this in to be seen, to be acknowledged. We're going to ask for all karma and trauma to be released now from your paternal line, completely to be put back into the field. Also, we're going to bring in the energy of forgiveness. Forgiveness. Freedom. We're going to bring in the energy of freedom. Free from pain, being free from pain. Let's bring in the energy of unconditional love now also into the men. I'm going to ask for them to be able to receive it, to open themselves to receiving unconditional love, so they too can be healed. So they can be strong again, so they know what it means to be a true man, a protector, kind and gentle. Let's say thank you to our ancestors, paternal line. And now I would like for you also to open your heart now. Again, focus on the backside of your heart chakra. And again, remember, we're not going to connect you in pain, but connect you through love. through love. Open your heart. I'm going to ask for all the support, love, wisdom, and knowledge, strength to be returned to you fully so that you too can be whole. That you know that you are connected in love, drawing the support and strength from your ancestors so that you can move forward in your life, feeling strong, protected, cared for, and loved. Beautiful. Looks really nice now. Okay, so I'm gonna now move on, and we're gonna now transition to doing the healing for the planet. And I'm gonna now put the intention here also on the screen up. And I want you now to help me because you are powerful too. And I want you to now imagine something, that a white light comes from the top down into your body, into your heart. And another white light comes from the earth itself, moving up your body, also flows into your heart. And this is the light of a very high consciousness. This is the light of transformation. And as I've talked before about in previous sessions, I know that we are going through a massive global shift of awakening. And just imagine when we are as a global family awakened, how we would treat each other and how beautiful our planet would look like, and how our problems that were created from an egoic state of consciousness would just simply fade away. And now open your heart, and we are basically allowing that intention to flow out into the earth through the heart. And the intention is to raise the consciousness of our planet and for all beings to be happy, healthy, and free. Set this intention, open your heart, allow that beautiful energy to flow out into the world, creating a web of energy, affecting each being on this planet, not just humans, animals, plants, the earth itself. You can even see a golden light. Whatever comes to you is just right. Intention is to raise the consciousness of our planet and for all beings to be happy, healthy, and free. Open your heart and see it in your mind's eyes. It has already happened. What a beautiful world it would be. I know we can create this. We're doing this right now. Feel the light from the top that comes from the universe and from the earth itself, how it supports you in your intention, making it even stronger and more powerful. To raise the consciousness of our planet and for all beings to be happy, healthy, and free. And one more time, to raise the consciousness of our planet and for all beings to be happy, healthy, and free. Open your heart. Allow it to flow through you. Beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm gonna now close the field, and I'm gonna ask that for all changes to be working through you as long as needed and as much as needed, so that you can stay energetically connected to your ancestral lines, connected through love, so that you can move forward in your life feeling strong, safe, loved, and protected. Beautiful. All right, so I would now love to hear how you felt it, how you liked it. You can now go to the chat function on the right side of the screen of your laptop. Please let me know how you experienced it, and that would be really, really wonderful. And then there's a little bit of a delay, or also always until I get your comments. So I would also just like to remind you that to please send me in any suggestions that you have for further events. And also we can have different topics, just really what you want and need, so that you can email me. That would be great. So I have a link also on the description below. And please do this, because I really want to do what is in your highest interest. I mean, I always tune in and ask what's needed, but it's always great to hear from you. And also, it would be great if you could also comment on this video below if that's what you would like to do. Sometimes people send me emails, but to comment would be great. Okay, so let's take a look. See what people are writing. All right, thank you. I feel more peaceful today. That's wonderful. Okay. So, Courtney writes, love this. I feel lighter, felt relief from my ancestors. Thank you. Yes, this is a very typical response I usually get. People just feeling lighter because it's basically like unburdening you energetically. So that's what happens. So a lot of thank yous. Thank you also for participating. So Elaine writes, I love this session. I felt the heart energy on each respective shoulder. And as we healed our ancestral line, thank you so much. I think I should have brought my glasses, because I need glasses now. So it's very hard for me to read this. Okay. So Michelle writes, I felt a lot of sadness come up throughout the ancestors line healing, and even the planetary healing. It felt powerful and healing. Thank you so much. Yeah, sometimes this can happen because you are energetically connected, and you just, now that you're connected and you can tune into the feeling, and the ancestral line, they hold also a lot of sadness and loss, but I'm glad you felt better afterwards. How Catherine, right? Thank you. What a beautiful and necessary meditation. Thank you too. Okay, so Heidi writes, the masculine energy was very strong, and I could really feel it physically. Very healing. Much love to you. Yes, so I looked, when I did the masculine line, I also felt there was a lot of strong energy there. I felt they needed even more healing than the maternal line. So I did feel this too. Okay, so this is beautiful and relaxing. Okay, so a few more thank yous. Okay, so Jamie writes, thank you. My right leg and shoulder are, I cannot read it, have been they have been hurting for a really long time. I have been told that energetically it comes from, father trauma. I felt a shift in my right side when we doing this. Oh, well, that's wonderful. And this is what I said, when I do rapid emotional clearing, or medical intuitive readings, I see this a lot, especially when it comes to chronic illness. And people tell me they have done everything, then it's often an energetic thing, and it can be definitely passed on from the generations. And so I'm very happy to hear that you felt relief there. Okay, so, okay, one more. Thank you. Emotional release, very powerful, wonderful. Thank you so much always. And before you leave, I now want to share something with you that I'm so very excited about. And you're actually the first group that I'm making this announcement. And over the past months and with this whole coronavirus crisis, I tuned into the energies. And as I talked before, I do believe that we are now going through a massive shift of global awakening and that old structures are falling away and new ones need to be born, but often we don't know yet how they're going to look like. And I also believe that it's a necessary process and that a new consciousness is coming to this earth. And you are really proof for that because that's what we're doing. We're anchoring the consciousness in. And especially people like you, the sensitive people, people who are interested in energy healing, the light workers, the empaths, or even maybe also your healer. I believe that we are the ones who are going to help make this shift on an energetic level. And I also realized that a lot of people feel alone in this journey, often scared and overwhelmed, often they don't have anyone to talk to, or maybe they feel even like the outside in the family because they can't feel and sense these energies. So I noticed that there is a need to bring together these people. And that's why I have created an online community that is called Soul Family, because I really believe we are like a soul family here. And that online community will bring together these people like you. And so we can connect, we can share our resources, we can help each other out, we can lift each other up. It's not just a community, it's going to also be a lot of support from my part, where I'm going to share with you each month the energies of the months and how they work and what you can do to work with these energies. And it's all about making this shift. They are helping you to release energetic blockers and bringing in the new consciousness. So you're going to get a training video each month. There will also be another energy healing, and there will also be a Q&A session where you can connect with me and I'm going to answer your questions. There's also going to be a guided meditation, and you also will have access to the past healing events that I've done over the years, and there's more. So long story short, if you feel called and if you want to be part of this community, then please check it out. It's gonna launch soon and you can get on the wait list now, and I will email you when it's ready. And you will find the link underneath the description of the video, or you can also just go on my website and drkatharina.com and find it under the menu, the highlighted tab, Soul Family. So that's it. And I hope you're going to join me. I'm super excited about it. And I'm looking forward to being with you again next month. Have a beautiful time. Much love. Until next time. Bye-bye.